What were your impressions after taking a look at the video and seeing how everything went down Saturday?
I think it was good to just get a win on the road. Don't ever take that for granted just because road wins are extremely hard to get at the college level, so that's always awesome. But after watching film, it shows that we also left a lot of plays out there. So we know that we have to get back to work and just come back and correct them. But we're just really thankful to be 1-0 right now. So.
You took a pretty big lick there at the end on that 43-yard reception. How are you feeling?
Oh, I feel great today. It was just kind of cramping up at the end. That heat wasn't really used to it. Just tried to make sure I hydrated well enough, and ended up catching up to me at the end. But I feel great today and just ready to get to work this week.
The fact that you guys were able to power through there when it got really humid and really damp there at the end and still salt the game away, running the ball on 6 of 11 of your final plays. How much of an impression is that? I mean, obviously you're a receiver, you want to get going, but how much confidence does that give you?
I think it gives us a lot of confidence, and it gives us a lot of confidence in where the program is going with how Coach Beck prepared us throughout the entire offseason with what we were doing, preparing for going to North Carolina. We were always expecting the humidity and the weather, but the thing is that the coaching staff made sure we weren't worried about that. So that was the least of our worries, and we were just ready to play football, and it just showed that. And then just us running the ball, like you said, that just gives us confidence knowing that we can be balanced and throw and run.
Coming back home with a win against a Power 5 team, you guys were underdogs. What does that do for the team morale headed into the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think it does a lot for the team morale, just to show us, that we can win those games. We can win close games. We can come back from being down 10, 17 unanswered at one point, and I think that shows that we can play with anybody, and I think that we're going to continue to show that. We got to get to 2-0 first against Weber State, before we can get to 3-0, 4-0. So, I think that the team camaraderie is a lot different than last year, and I think that the bonds that we're building, and you can tell from on the sideline on Saturday that it's just completely different with how everyone just stays calm, and we expected to win the football game, and you can tell that throughout the entire game. We never got anxious. No one was ever worried about what was going on. We were just ready to play, and we just kept fighting.
As you look at the film, obviously you guys running down the field. You're not looking back and seeing if Ross is okay, but as you're running down the field and you look at the film now, you see he took a few big hits while he was getting the ball to you. What does that do for the way you look at your quarterback?
It shows me that Ross is really tough. He was really stepping up in the pocket and not worried about getting hit. And I think that just shows all the receivers and really the entire team that we got a really tough quarterback, and he's not afraid to take some shots and stand in there while someone's becoming open because he's going to get hit. We know that he's going to make the throw no matter what.
How was the demeanor during the game, especially after the mistakes he made? He seemed to come right back.
That's what the sideline demeanor, and Coach Wilcox does a great job of making sure we knew that no matter what type of adversity hits, we were going to continue to just fight through it and not let our sideline get too up or too low, at any time. And that's what I think that is the biggest difference for us right now. And I actually ended up tweeting it, that I've never seen something like that on our sideline before on Saturday. And I think that just proves that the coaching staff has done a good job of making sure we realize that. And no matter what, when we went on that 17, when they went on the 17 run, no one panicked. We didn't panic ever. So
was Saturday kind of what you expected from yourself, kind of the impact that you could make on the game?
I expect to always play at the best of my ability, and I knew that I was able to do that. I think that it shows that at any given day, with all the weapons we have at receivers, that it could have been any of them that did that, and it just happened to be me that day. Next week it could be any of the guys that play. So I think that just is great to see with our receiving core, and it's been that way, for the last 5 to 6 years at Cal, and it's going to continue to be that way.
You obviously got the ball a couple times with space. What goes through your mind when you see that an opportunity with space?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get upfield, just seeing the pay dirt, so I'm just trying to get in that end zone, and I was just thankful to be able to get the ball in space and try to create things on my own, and I was able to on 3 big plays, so that really helped out, and it just shows with how we were all able to do that, whoever had the big plays with Pat Laird, and then with Jordan Duncan coming open late in the fourth quarter, so that was big.
There are a couple timing routes that you and Ross seem to connect on real well. How much chemistry have you developed over the offseason here?
We've developed a lot, and Ross has developed a lot of chemistry with all the receivers and running backs, just with us having player-led practices. Ross doing a good job of making sure everybody's out here, and we were out here all summer, all spring, you know, just making sure we'd have that timing right. With having a new staff, we need to make sure we can run the plays and not think about what we were doing, you know, and I think that's the biggest change from the spring is now we're playing freely. When we get the call on the sideline, we know exactly what we're doing. We're not having to think, oh, what is my assignment? Where am I lining up? We're just automatically playing football, and that's making us be able to play faster.
How rewarding is this for you? I don't want to say adversity, but you've been through some life changes, transferring here and having a little boy and the hip surgery. How rewarding is this for you now?
Oh, you know, it's very rewarding. When I got home, you know, I'm on daddy duty, so Sunday for me is dad day, and you know, I'm actually about to have a little girl as well. So I got a girl due October 6th. So you know, I'm a parent, full-time student, and a full-time athlete. So it's been great to be able to overcome all this adversity. And you know, like my grandmother told me the other day, it's not how many times, you know, you fall down, it's if you can continue to get back up. And I think I've shown that I'm going to continue to fight and just, I mean, it's been big, you know, especially for my family to see that, you know, I've never been down on any situation, no matter what I'm thrown.
How do you handle the time management of all that?
Classes
and kids.
Yeah, you know, it's been extremely difficult. I think that now I've probably become the best dad, parent, and player I could be. You know, and it's you know, I've taken advice from some of the coaches, such as Coach Edwards, who has children about the same age as mine, Coach Beck as well, and listening to my father, who also had 2 children, me and my sister, while he was playing at Western Kentucky. So that's also great to do, see. And it's been an easy adjustment. You know, I love being a parent. I love playing football here at Cal and being a student. So
the little guy's about 1 now?
He is 1. He is almost, or what's today? What is the day of the week?
Monday.
Yeah, so on the 11th, he'll be 14 months.
Okay.
So, yeah, and then I think the little girl's going to be here before the 6th, so we'll see, but I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know what a 14-month-old is like. Do they? Is he into football? Does he?
Oh yeah,
know
no, he watches film with me. He
Sort of burbles there in your arm.
Yeah, he'll watch film. He'll sit there. I actually will throw him the football. He can catch the ball about 7 yards away from you. He'll really try to catch it and run away. So it's
But it's really
fun.
more on you to get it there.
Yeah,
than
no,
it
I
is
gotta
on
make
him
a
to
perfect
catch
ball.
it. Yeah.
I gotta throw perfect passes. So
I have nephews, and it's more like target practice than it is playing catch.
Exactly.
Does he know what kind of game you had on Saturday?
His mother said he did. You
Okay.
know, they didn't get to travel to the game, but she said they were watching it at home, and every time he'd see me on the screen, he was just saying "Dad" at the whole time. So I think he kind of knows. You know, we sat down, and both of us watched the film together on my iPad. So that's always the biggest thing for me, is coming home and be able to just hang with him and my fiance. So that's great.
Sure. Thanks, Vic.
Thanks, Vic.